Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be going over the 12 books on my August TBR, or my to be read list. Thanks so much to everyone who came to the Slay Next Chapter Book Club live stream yesterday. It was so awesome talking with other booktubers such as Break Even Books, Sukrupin Books, and Nidhi Reddy Reads about this book, and I'll leave the live stream up there for you guys if you want to check it out. So yeah, definitely go check that out. But all good things must come to an end, guys, and this is my last Monday upload of the summer, but my school is starting like later this week, and so I don't want to overwhelm myself with videos. I mean, if school turns out to be really easy because it's online, then maybe we'll pick it up again, but for the time being, just going to be Wednesdays and Saturdays from here on out. Today we're going to be going over the 12 books I have on my August TBR, books that I want to read in August. I love having TBRs because it kind of helps me focus on what I'm reading and also motivates me to get through my TBR. We're going to jump right into that. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel, and leave a comment down below with books you're looking forward to read in August. Alrighty, so the first book that I want to read or finish reading is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien. I started this a couple days ago because my mom bought this for me in the mountains. We went to like a little store, a local bookshop, and we got The Hobbit. And you know, if you guys have been following me kind of closely, you know that like this story kind of holds a special place in my heart because I was in a play. I was one of the 12 dwarves, and you know, it's so cool to kind of like go through the story again because I was on that stage experiencing all the dialogue, and especially because my director had literally every single dialogue, like she just took it from the book. So yeah, it's just like I can remember all the iconic lines from the play, and like they're in there, and it's just really cool to relive the experiences, and I've been really enjoying it so far. But yeah, this is a quick read. It's only 300 pages and I'm 50 pages in already, so you know, it's really great. Next up on kind of priority is What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli, and this is the Next Chapter Book Club pick of the month for August because we read Slay in July. Now we're reading What If It's Us in August, and I want to read this on audiobook, but let me see if I can pull up a summary somewhere because I didn't really look into it. It's basically just a LGBTQ plus romance. So we've got Arthur is only in New York for the summer, but Broadway has taught him anything if that's the universe can deliver a show-stopping romance when you least expect it. Ben thinks the universe needs to mind its business. If the universe had its back, he wouldn't be on his way to the post office carrying a box of his ex-boyfriend's things. But when Arthur and Ben meet cute at the post office, what exactly does the universe have in store for them? So yeah, this is just going to be a fun romance. I'm excited to read it because I've been into romance lately, honestly. I've been reading a lot of like romance audiobooks, so I mean, why not? I'm in the mood for like, you know, a heartwarming romance, so we're gonna dive into that, and then we will be talking about that on Nidhi Reddy Reads channel for the August live show. It's gonna be super fun. But yeah, make sure you guys join the Goodreads group and, you know, get in on the fun of the book club. Alright, next up, we have to finish the Aragon series by Christopher Paolini, or The Inheritance Cycle by Christopher Paolini. So the third book in the series is Bergen by Christopher Paolini. The fourth book is Inheritance by Christopher Paolini, and I'm surprised I didn't crack the spine because this book is huge. But I did take this book to Mexico, and it's like my first book that ever kind of crossed the country or whatever, and it has a huge crack. I don't know. Anyways, that's besides the point. But yeah, I need to finish these last two books in the Aragon series, or the first two in July, and now I'm reading the last two in August. If you guys don't know, this series is basically about this boy named Aragon who finds a stone in the Spine Mountains and basically hatches a dragon. He goes on this adventure, and I just love the rich and detailed adventure, the really slow feel to it, where the author is not afraid to, you know, leave in scenes of just strong dialogue, and I just love, you know, the overall vibe to it and the whole new world, the magic system, the story building, the storytelling within the world. It was really, really good series, and I can't wait to relive the next two books, because I guess, like, I forgot a lot of what happens in the next two books. Like, honestly, I only really remember the first book, and my memory kind of just starts to recede from there. So I'm really excited to relive the Inheritance Cycle, and I'll make sure to do, like, a whole series review once I finish the books. But yeah, it's kind of going slow, but I mean, that's what I like in books. Alright, next up we have got Thomas Wildus and the Book of Sorrow series by J.M. Bergen. And honestly, guys, I am so bad about doing this, but basically, I got sent these by a publishing company like early June or early July, and I still haven't read them yet, so like, I really gotta read them. This is high on my priority list. Like, I need to read these early into the month, and I will talk about them in some sort of video to give them their proper review. Yeah, this series looks really fun, honestly. Like, I've never really been interested in a lot of, like, arcs that, like, authors have kind of sent me emails about. I mean, just from the covers, they look really good. It's, like, a good magical fantasy. I read, like, 8 pages, like, in July, and yeah, that's how much I read, but it looks really good. I guess like it's just like the blurb for this is magic is real, Thomas. No matter what happens, always remember that magic is real. I think Thomas kind of stumbles upon this book and it takes him to a new world, and it seems like a really good book series, and I need to, you know, read both of them. And they seem kind of short too. They're only like 300 pages, 350 pages, and then we've got 400 pages. So yeah, these are some short fantasy novels that I have to get to because I need to read the books that people send me. Alright, so let's go to another audiobook, and that is Shadow of the Fox by Julia Kagawa. And I've been really excited to read this. I actually started my loan of the book on Libby, but like I haven't read it yet, so yeah, I need to read that. Yeah, basically, I'll just read the blurb because I don't really know how to explain it, but I've just been interested in reading this for like over a year now, so let me just read it. But 1,000 years ago, the great Kami dragon was summoned to grant a single terrible wish, and the land of Iwagato was plunged into an age of darkness and chaos. Now, for whoever holds the scroll of 1,000 prayers, a new wish will be granted. A new age is about to dawn. Raised by monks in the isolated Silent Winds Temple, Yumiko has trained all her life to hide her yokai nature. Half kitsune, half human, her skill with illusion is matched only by her penchant for mischief. Until the day her home is burned to the ground, her adoptive family is brutally slain, and she is forced to flee for her life with the great temple's greatest treasure, one part of the ancient scroll. And there's like 2 more paragraphs of the summary, but like, oh my gosh, it sounds so good. It sounds like a really great adventure. It sounds like it has a lot of like Asian culture in there, which I'm really excited to read about. I don't know, it just seems like that vibe that I really like in a story, and I feel like I've watched a lot of movies that kind of relate to that. I don't know, it just seems like a book that I would really enjoy. So I'm going to read that. That's the first book in the series, and then, okay, yeah, the next one is Soul of the Sword. So there's 2 books, Shadow of the Fox and then Soul of the Sword. I'm trying to read those 2 audiobooks in August with also the What If It's Us book. I might read more audiobooks, but those are just on my list. And then the last 4 books are a series, and that is the Throne of Glass series by Sarah J. Maas. I want to read the first 4 books in the series this month, and then I'll read the next 4 next month. I always kind of get overboard with my TBR, so I'm just going to cut it down to just the 4 books, because last month I was trying to read all 8 books of the Throne of Glass series, but that's not going to happen. And even though I'm reading the prequel first, that's because I've read the series like a million bajillion times, so it doesn't matter to me. But I do recommend that if you're going to read the Throne of Glass series, read the Assassin's Blade after Heir of Fire. Here's my recommended order. So you read Throne of Glass, Crown of Midnight, Heir of Fire, so the first 3 books, then you read the prequel, and then you go to the rest of the books. Once after this book, the stories and stuff from this book kind of come back into play, so you have to read this book, and then you read the rest of the books. So yeah, it's just really interesting reading order, but yeah, I'm just gonna read the prequel, then I'm gonna read the first book, second book, and third book, because now that I've read the whole series, it doesn't matter as much. Anyways, my mind is blown with like that knowledge. I just really love this series. This series was basically about this girl named Selena Sardothian, who in this whole new world, she lives in the salt mines of Andovier. That pickaxe, she's just mining all day, and she's in there for her crimes, but one day she gets the chance to compete in a competition back in the palace, where she will compete with 23 other thieves and, you know, assassins and soldiers to become the king's champion. She's basically whisked off to the castle, and she has to defeat the other 23 other people in the competition. But also what happens is magic is starting to come back into the world because it was outlawed by the king. There's this huge mystery, and there's a bunch of murders that's going on, and she has to solve the murders as well as and make connections and win the competition. And it's just a really crazy series. With the Crown of Midnight, we get like a whole new twist, and then with Heir of Fire, we go to a whole new world, and like with the prequel, like it just totally twists things up if you read it in the order that I said. But yeah, I loved this series so much, and I'm so excited to get back into Sarah J. Maas's writing because her writing style is beautiful, her narrative is amazing, and I just love the way she writes. Yeah, that's all the books that I had to talk about. Let's get into the outro. So that wraps up for this video. I'm glad that I did like a less ambitious TBR this month because school was starting and stuff, and I had an 18 book TBR last month, which was just crazy and too much for me. So yeah, now I'm glad that, you know, we're sticking with 12 books, especially because I read 13 books last month, so I think I'll be able to read all 12 books. Hopefully school doesn't like demolish me though. So yeah guys, if you enjoyed this video and hearing all about the books that I want to read this month, make sure to leave a like on this video. Also make sure to subscribe to my channel for more bookish content every Wednesday and Saturday. We are not doing Mondays anymore. Leave a comment down below. Have you read any of these books, and what are your thoughts on them? What are you planning to read this August, and are you going to read the book club pick of the month, What If It's Us by Becky Albertalli? If you guys want to watch the last video up there, make sure to check it out. It was my July reading wrap up, so the 13 books I read in July. I had a great reading month. Definitely go check that out. Also make sure to turn on the notification bell right next to the subscribe button so you get notified every time I post. But yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Love you so much. Happy reading. Bye.